Good evening. I know what you're thinking. What are those brown napkins sitting on the desk right here? It's my cookies. It's Friday. I was like, my buddy Graham was going to the caf to get some food. He asked me if I want anything. I got a sandwich and he got me some cookies, so I thought I'd have him sitting with me here. And I don't see anyone around to eat them, so I'm going to eat them. Welcome to Variety Tonight. We got a great show for you. Let's get it started. I don't know about you guys, but I am looking forward to a great weekend here on campus. But did you guys catch the men's tennis match versus ITA D2 Indoor Team Championship? It's at 12 a.m. today. No? No one was there at midnight? Anybody? That's what it said in the email, I swear. It said the game is at midnight. I don't know why they said it was at midnight, but it's going to be at some point today. Honestly, I don't know. There was an email earlier this week, and they said it was at midnight. Then they sent out another one, 12 a.m. again. So I don't know when that's going to be. It might have already happened. Moving on. At 7 p.m. tonight, there is a trivia night with Chick-fil-A. This will be in UIndy Hall of Schweitzer Student Center. And if trivia and Chick-fil-A weren't enough for you, the event is eligible for Greyhound Awards. On Saturday, we've got at noon, UIndy Women's Lacrosse plays Walsh. That's at Key Stadium. 1 p.m., UIndy Women's Basketball versus Southwest Baptist. That is senior day, I believe, in Nickerson Hall. And then at 3 p.m., UIndy Men's Basketball plays. It's a doubleheader for basketball men and women's. They're also playing Southwest Baptist. Also senior day. Make sure to show up and support your Greyhounds basketball. Now, we have this is going to be a recurring segment for us. So what we've got for you is we're calling this the UIndy App Post of the Week. So I don't know if you guys keep up with the UIndy app at all. It's my weekly source of entertainment. I don't know. There's just always something ridiculous going on in there. So I always love to just go check it out. Our post this week is, I saw it a few days ago, and I think it's already been deleted. So I'm glad I screenshotted it when I did. You guys are just going to want to see this. It's from Riley Redmond. Let's take a look. So this post here says, "Y'all, this school got me so stressed. I'm out here getting crunk on an MF Tuesday. Crying emoji, hand emoji. Don't even remember taking this, salute emoji." So first of all, stress drinking. Second of all, we've got a picture here of the two most sober looking people I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, I don't know. I love this post so much. I mean, this is just kind of all encompassing of the wonderfulness that the UIndy app has to offer. And then the Bud Light here in the koozie that says just boats on it. I'm sure it says something else, but all you can see is boats. And then the vape pen just to, kind of bring everything full circle. Yeah, thank you, Riley Redmond. We also got some comments. Let's take a look at those from Alex Busuttle. Busuttle? I don't know how to say that last name. Cool kid alert, trying to support Riley in her stress drinking. And Riley responds with blackout or back out, Alex, and another salute emoji. Dusty Gaunt also got in on the conversation. Only 10% of a urine sample is used in testing. The other 90% is used to make Bud Light. Now, I don't know if Dusty works for Bud Light and he actually is one of their engineers, or if he's just kind of pulling statistics out of a random place, but he seems to know what he's talking about, and to be honest, he kind of looks like someone who would consume a lot of Bud Light, so I'd trust him, honestly. I think I'd go with his opinion on this. I don't know. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was a good time. The UIndy app is just, it's just always going to bring something wonderful. And I'm happy to report that we'll be able to bring that wonderfulness to you every single week here on Variety Tonight. Now, coming up after this, we've got some stories to look at. Our show tonight is mostly focusing on the Super Bowl. Obviously, it's a big thing in media, sports, everything. We'll be right back after this with some entertainment stories. We'll be back.
Needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
UIndy Catholic, a community for you.
For children who may have high-functioning autism, may have ADHD, processing challenges, working memory issues, sensory integration issues, those types of challenges. It's a place where human beings are valued, children are respected. It's a progressive school, that takes a hands-on approach to education.
Now, although Rihanna didn't introduce new music during her Super Bowl halftime show performance, she did introduce something new, a pregnancy. Following her explosive halftime show, one of Rihanna's representatives confirmed that the singer was pregnant. Suspicions about the pregnancy started during her performance Sunday night as Rihanna wore an all-red ensemble that highlighted her baby bump. She even rubbed her belly at one point in the halftime show. Rihanna also spoke about motherhood during an interview related to her Super Bowl performance. She said, "When you become a mom, there is something that just happens where you feel like you can take on the world." Rihanna did take on the world with this performance, and we are eager for the arrival of her new baby. Now, most people would be lucky to attend one Super Bowl in their lifetime, but one lucky football fan from New England has been to every single one of them. Let's take a look at his story.
Football fans' incredible Super Bowl streak is still alive. Don Chrisman of Kennebunk, Maine, made headlines as a Super Bowl super fan who's been to every single big game since the beginning.
I still have every ticket stub and I still have every program.
Chrisman says the decades-old tradition started by accident and became habit. But this year, the streak was in jeopardy. Chrisman sold football memorabilia to fund a trip to Phoenix, but says he arrived without any tickets to the game. Then, at the last minute, thanks to a donation from Visa and Verizon, Chrisman scored once again.
We're going to send you the Super Bowl. How's that sound?
Oh my God.
All right.
A pair of gifted tickets made it official, 57 straight for this still streaking Super Bowl stalwart.
Now, Don Chrisman hopes to score tickets to every Super Bowl and make it to the achievement of attending 60 Super Bowls. He's only 3 away, I believe. Now, a lot of people watched the Super Bowl on Sunday, including Don, but another big game also took place. The 19th annual Puppy Bowl kicked off Sunday. The game was very tight as it was tied at 80-80 at the end of regulation. And for the first time ever, the contest went into overtime. Now, Vivian, a bulldog from southern Colorado, scored the game's final touchdown for Team Fluff to secure the 87-83 victory over Team Rough. This year's event featured 122 puppies selected from 67 animal shelters and rescue centers across the country. The game also included a feline halftime show with performances from rescue kitties across the country, including special guest Furriana. Overall, I gotta say that this game was pawsome. Coming up after the break, we're going to take a look at more Super Bowl things. We actually went on the street to interview some people about a what you might call controversial decision by the officials towards the end of the Super Bowl. We'll be right back after this.
Award-winning news coverage. Brought to you by ethical journalists that care about you. We have you covered on crime, latest on sports, and the best in entertainment. This is UIndy TV News.
Hey, it's Giselle here on 88.7 WICR.
88.7 The Diamond, the only jazz and classical station in Indianapolis, completely led by the students of the University of Indianapolis. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn app, FM radio, HD radios, or even on our website at wicronline.org, a different kind of public radio.
Welcome back to Variety Tonight. As I said before we left, we went on the street, me and Sydney Smith, my co-producer for the show, we went on the street to take a look at what people kind of thought. As we know, there was a controversial decision towards the end of the Super Bowl. We had a holding call called on the Eagles, which pretty much sealed the game for the Chiefs. We wanted to talk to people and see what their opinions were on that call. Let's go ahead and take a look at what people had to say.
Did you watch the Super Bowl this Sunday?
Yeah, I did.
What did you think about that final holding call?
Probably good football, you know what I'm saying? Probably a good call. I'll say it was a good call.
He put himself in position for it to be called. Personally, I think it was a weak call, but it is what it is.
You could see the stretch of the jersey. In the book, it's a hold. So I think the ref made the right call.
I thought it was a terrible call, personally. I thought 100% it was a bad call, and I think the Chiefs got lucky on that one.
I think it was the right call. Even the guy himself tweeted about it after the game and said it was the right call. He said, I actually did hold him. It was the right call.
What did you think about that final holding call at the end?
I can't cuss. I thought that it was BS, honestly. I can cuss. I thought that it was bullshit, honestly. I didn't think that there was holding. I did see that he admitted it later on. I think that he was paid off to do that.
Did you guys watch the Super Bowl this weekend?
Yep, we did.
What did you think about that final holding call?
I feel like it was a good call, but the wrong time.
I almost
You know
broke
what
my
I'm saying?
TV. I just feel like, I mean, the ref did what he was supposed to do, but sometimes you just gotta let people play football. If you're not gonna call it all night, don't call it right there.
Worse than that, like face mask on Jalen Hurts. Come on now.
Yeah, they definitely missed a couple
They
of.
want to call that.
Yeah.
So, do you guys just think it was a bad ref overall?
No, I ain't gonna lie. That was he shouldn't have held. He said he was holding.
It was a good
but,
call. It was a good call. It was just bad.
But they
timing,
better
man.
call
They
that for the
cost
rest
them
of the
game.
season next year. To show that.
I think it is a hold, but at the same time, it's a Super Bowl, and I think, I think there should be some competitiveness. I think that some contact is going to happen. So, I mean, I think it's kind of ticky-tacky. I think they should let it go.
I felt like the Chiefs cheated. I mean, I really wanted the Eagles to win, but my boy Hurts was hurt that he did not win. And I just know that the Chiefs are just going to keep chiefing, and they're just going to keep holding us because we can't do anything else about it. And me personally, I just want to take Mahomes out the game. So that's all I got to say towards that, honestly.
Obviously, bro, I'm an Eagles fan. Not like a big Eagles fan, but I'm an Eagles fan. I think they should have won. But I mess with the Chiefs. But I think something that could have been done differently. A new ref. Yeah.
We are doing an ambush on one of our sports anchors. We're going to go find him right now. I think he's walking in the doors. Okay. Hi, Graham. This is an ambush interview.
Oh my gosh.
So did you watch the Super Bowl this Sunday? I know you probably did.
Yeah, I did.
What did you think about that last holding call?
Last holding call?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was really a hold. I think that it should have been a no call because I feel like that decided the Super Bowl, and it shouldn't have.
What did you think about that final holding call?
Well, James Bradbury said himself it was a holding, and all the referees at the end of the game, after the game, the league, they all said it was holding. I agree with them. And we gotta redo it. Where was I going with this?
I don't know. Where are you going?
I don't know. I just got distracted by this thing on my screen.
Very beautiful. I love that.
Hang on. No, for real.
What do you think about that end holding call?
Well, it was obviously a holding. James Bradbury said himself that he held. Mahomes pointed to him right away he held. If they didn't call it, then everyone on the other side would say, oh, they missed the holding call. The refs ruined the game. It's like, it's just an easy thing to blame it on. It wasn't the refs' fault. Chiefs were going to win anyway. Chiefs won the game. They deserve it.
What did you think about the holding call?
It was bull.
Did you watch the Super Bowl?
Yes, I did watch the Super Bowl.
And what did you think about that last holding call?
To be honest, I hated the refs, and I hated, I hate the Chiefs anyway, but that wasn't even holding. Like, literally, he tapped holding. That was it. And that's not even holding. Holding is like this the whole time.
That's a grab.
During the whole play. He wasn't even holding during the whole play. By the time they called it, he was already down the field. So I'm sorry. I just don't. I don't think it was holding.
Let all the
Eagles
out.
should have won. The Eagles should have won that, and I'm really mad. So yeah.
So you heard it here. Eagles should have won today. Our MVP ref, not the MVP.
No, not the MVP. Boo ref. Boo ref.
I love the passion, I mean, I don't even think Derek is like an actual avid Eagles fan. I could be wrong, but I don't know. But I don't know. There's just, you can hear the passion in his voice, and Derek's usually, if you know him, he's a pretty tame guy usually. So see him get so pumped up about something is funny. I watched the game. I know what you're thinking. What did I think about the call? I don't know. I think everyone had validity to their statements. I think, it was a soft call. I think it was at a bad time. I think that maybe you call that a hold, but again, I think it's just honestly, I didn't really have much stake in the game. I lost interest in the NFL when the Bengals got eliminated, so I was just kind of impartial. But it sucks that that's how the game was decided. That's my honest opinion about it. Is it just sucks that that's how the game was decided, and that we had to watch the last couple plays of the Super Bowl be a kneel, and then a kneel, and then a kneel, and then a field goal that was 20, 30 yards. I don't know. Kind of sucks. That being said, I felt like it could be a big deal if we could get someone influential in the game to be on the show, and I thought who would be more influential than the Super Bowl MVP himself. So coming up after the break, we'll have the Super Bowl MVP, the most valuable person in the entire game, here in studio, sitting right next to me. Don't miss it. We'll be right back.
Are you feeling alone in your faith? UIndy Catholic gives you an opportunity to get involved in a religious community on campus, providing sacramental needs and fellowship for prospective students and giving you a sense of belonging.
We just want you guys to know that God loves you, He delights in you, and He's in awe of you, and we would love to meet you. So you should come on out.
UIndy Catholic, a community for you.
Welcome back. As I promised, we have the Super Bowl MVP here with me. Thank you so much for joining me today on the show. It's awesome to have you here. I mean, seriously, I was watching the Super Bowl and I just thought, this is the person I need to have on my show. You were the most influential person of the game.
Well, thank you for having me here. The refs never get to do things like this, and I know how important I was in the game. My Chiefs got to win the Super Bowl, and this has just been the icing on the cake for this amazing week for me.
Yeah, I mean, I know when you say you're Chiefs, you're saying that because you are, impartial. You're a fan of the NFL, so obviously, you're cheering for good sportsmanship and a good game, and that's what the Chiefs played. So
exactly, very good sportsmanship by everybody on that Chiefs team.
Yes, the whole Super Bowl. Okay. So I'm sure you saw the video. You had some critique on your performance as a referee. What do you have to say to the haters? I guess would be my question.
I went through very intensive training, and I believe if you're going to touch the player, then the yellow laundry should be thrown out. It does not matter the time of the game. The Chiefs were not committing penalties. The Eagles did.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, there was things to call on both sides, and, obviously there was...
No. The Chiefs were perfect, and that's why they won.
Yes. Okay. So the shirt you have on, it's black and white with stripes. So you're a referee. So you're supposed to be, you're calling an impartial game, correct? Did you feel like you called impartially?
Here's what I'll say. I'm a Chiefs fan first, and then I'm a ref. And when the reffing tries to get in the way of what the Chiefs are doing, becomes a problem for me, honestly. And going into the game, I knew the Chiefs needed to win the Super Bowl, and if it came down to it, I was going to make it happen.
Okay. Yes. So what you said about a Chiefs fan first, could you elaborate on that, please? Because I'm sure that in your interview that didn't necessarily go super well.
I knew to get the job I wasn't going to be able to bring this up, but I've been a Chiefs fan for a very long time, actually. Even when my dad was a kid, he was a Chiefs fan, so it's kind of moved down the family tree, and I've watched every Chiefs game. They were in the first Super Bowl ever. Mm-hmm. My dad watched it with his dad.
Did they win that game?
No, they didn't, actually. They lost.
I wonder if they would have had some reffing influence if things would have gone better for them.
Could have, should have. I wasn't born yet. But now that it's in my hands, promise, never going to have that problem again.
Okay. Yeah, we saw some, we've seen referee influence be a powerful thing throughout NFL history. Do you feel like that was part of your inspiration growing up?
I wouldn't call it referee influence. I would say it was the right call, because I think America is Chiefs fans, and the Eagles should never have won the game anyways. And I was just doing America a favor.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah. I'd have to do, a poll or something to see who we had fan-wise, but it's interesting you're calling the Chiefs America's team, I think that's a interesting concept to see. So, again, like I said, it's a hard thing to, kind of be. I know you're understanding, and I'm sure you understand the pressure that comes along with being a ref. You're under a lot of pressure, under a lot of criticism at all times. We had people say the opposite way, that if you wouldn't have made the call, people would have, said, how could he have missed that call? That man is blind. Obviously, you're not blind. So
I don't like the B word. My sighting isn't very good, but I wouldn't use the B word to describe me.
Okay.
Here's what I will say.
It's okay. You don't have to talk about it. Listen, I understand you face a lot of pressure.
Thank you.
You face a lot. You just face a lot in general. You go through, everyday struggles on top of every Sunday. You're in a war zone. I mean, it cannot be easy.
It's not easy. And
so
if the Eagles wanted to win that game, why leave it in my? He touched him. He put his hands on the receiver. Don't.
And I mean, I'm sure you could see it clear as day.
It's clear as day.
I
saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think there's a lot people are beginning to understand about the situation. I think you have elaborated a lot. You've shed light for people to see things a lot more clearly than they have before. So, just moving forward, obviously you're going to continue to be a referee.
Of course.
Let's say you're calling a neutral game. It's not a Chiefs game at all. Let's say you're calling the Bengals-Bills divisional game. What would you, do you lean either way there, or would you kind of be more of an impartial,
Here's how I look at it.
Oh, you look at it?
Well, neither team should get the win, and that's why I get the win when it's not the Chiefs playing. So I try to just send it to overtime as many times as I can. Eventually, my stick runs out, and I can't keep pushing it. Someone has to win. So then when it gets to the AFC Championship game and someone has to play the Chiefs, I take care of business.
Okay. Well, I think that a lot of things have been enlightened for us, and we're going to step aside for a second here, and we'll be right back.
All right, Jake, who you got? Tennessee, Georgia.
Georgia, easily, man.
Come on, Tennessee's 8.5-point dogs. Easiest spread of all time.
How?
Because they're good, and Georgia's played nobody.
At least Georgia has a defense.
Oh, come on. You're a naive fan. Your opinion doesn't matter.
My opinion doesn't matter. The only thing you know as a Purdue fan is how to lose to a 15 seed in the March Madness tournament.
We're bowl eligible, my guy. Are you? Make sure to tune in to Last Call Monday nights. We'll talk about Division I football, give you plenty of UND sports, some interviews in there as well, and then plenty of pro sports, whether it be NFL, MLB, the whole shebang.
Yeah, and there's at least one guy that knows what he's talking about.
Hey, it's Giselle here on 88.7 WICR.
88.7 The Diamond, the only jazz and classical station in Indianapolis, completely led by the students of the University of Indianapolis. Listen to us on iHeartRadio, TuneIn app, FM radio, HD radios, or even on our website at wicronline.org, a different kind of public radio.
Welcome back to Variety Tonight. Now, I want to take a second and apologize to our good friend here. I had no intentions of, offending you with the B word. I'm sorry that I used that. I know it's a sensitive thing for you, so.
It's okay.
And again, I understand that you face a lot of pressures as a referee, and I never mean to undermine that in any way. I think it's clear that there's a lot of hatred that you receive, and I never want to allow that to happen in any way.
You blind. You can't see.
Who's here?
You're a bad ref.
Who is that?
Carl. You thought I wasn't gonna know your name? I did research. Carl. Your parents chose a bad name. You're just dumb. This is holding, bro. This is holding. Sorry, Colin.
What's he doing?
Okay.
It's okay.
I did research on you too.
Who's
that
here?
don't matter right now. I'm Derek. Fly, Eagles, fly to the road to victory. Yeah, bro. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
You just sound like a very sorry Eagles fan.
You sound
Patrick
like-
Mahomes owns you. Don't come at me like this.
Owns me.
Owns you.
Owns me.
Owns you and
Bro,
the
he
rest of
owns
Philadelphia.
you.
No.
You.
No.
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 He owns
No.
you. I literally heard you say he's the greatest of all time.
He is.
P Daddy. P Daddy.
P
Who-
Daddy.
What in the world is P Daddy?
That's Patrick Mahomes. Yep. Best quarterback ever.
Worst quarterback ever.
Don't.
Bro, he was injured. How do you
Okay,
come
hold
back?
on, hold on.
Stop it.
This is a show. We have to have structure, okay? I came prepared with a question. Listen, Derek, I'm happy to have you on the show. I'd love to pull up a chair for you. In fact, I don't know if you want to do that one. Right? We have a chair back there if you want to grab that. Let's be civilized here, okay? We have discussion. I have planned things we got to get through. Welcome to the show, Derek. We're happy to have you here. I'm honestly happy. I feel like Hannah Hurley right now. I've got people from both sides shouting in my ears. Let's take a second. I feel a lot of animosity in this room. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna find a new subject. Here's what we've got for us, okay? Our weekly discussion question. This is how we close out the show every week, okay? Weekly discussion question. Here's the question: do aliens exist? What do we think, guys?
P Daddy is an alien.
I hate aliens.
Okay, guys. Aliens. I think, there's been a lot of crazy things happening recently.
Yeah, very crazy.
Patrick Mahomes wasn't born on
Guys.
Earth.
You know what?
UFOs, the flying saucer. I
Should
think
be shot down.
The one that dropped Patrick Mahomes off here.
You know what? That's not. Can you even see? Can you hear? Are you deaf too?
Don't use the D word. Don't use the D word. This is a civil environment. Civil environment.
Well, I don't
We're
think we
trying
should
to be
be
nice
civil
here.
anymore, bro.
Derek.
Nah. Because how can you call a play and you're blind? Blind. Why am I going
I
blind?
had a feeling he touched him.
Feeling.
I could.
What? Okay. Did you listen to the wind?
I personally think that aliens are,
they touched.
I think there's something going on. There's been a lot of train derailments going on. That could be aliens.
What does that have to do with football?
We're not talking. This is my show, man.
You know what? No.
Don't.
We're going back.
Me.
Make you do what?
I will throw a flag.
Throw it.
He's
throw
got
it.
flags, man.
Throw it. Throw it.
Don't.
I dare you to throw it. I dare you to throw it.
Calm.
on.
Carl.
Come
Remember
on.
your training.
Just like you
Carl,
throw it, I'll
I was
throw
informed
you.
on this.
I will throw
Deep
you
breaths,
across
Carl.
this room.
Deep
I will-
breaths.
Blind.
Here's what we're gonna do. I knew these would have a purpose. Guys, this is the cookie of love. We're gonna take a bite, okay? And I'm gonna take a bite with you. No, it's right here. It's right here. Okay, everyone take a bite. Problem's gonna be solved. Thank you for joining us here.
Yum.
Wasn't that amazing?
It was good.
Things can be found here. Redemption. There's redemption in love. You know what? You have taste. I was about to ask you what kind of cookie that was, but I'm sure you can taste it.
Lemon?
Uh-huh. Oh. Just taste the cookie. Close your eyes. Eat the cookie.
I bet Patrick Mahomes made those cookies.
You know what?
Derek, stay seated, Derek.
Derek! I should kill you.
Derek?
I should kill you. I can't wait to throw you across this room. I cannot wait. Perfect spiral, too. Can't wait.
Guys, you know who didn't throw a perfect spiral?
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts on his last throw. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to laugh about this one day. We're going to look back and we're going to laugh about this. Now listen, I think we've found love here tonight. You guys can take these cookies home, okay? And it'll be okay. Derek, I'm here for you. Carl, I'm here for you. Guys, thank you for joining us here on this show tonight. Everything is going to be okay. We'll see you next week.